Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Diamond Painting with Anxiety. I'm Karen. Tonight I am doing another video for my 7-day challenge that I received from Nana of 7 Crafts. Be sure to check out her channel if you've never watched. She's got a playlist up with all of the creators that are doing the 7-day challenge. The point being to upload a video every day for 7 days. It's a really awesome challenge for me. It's kind of pushing me out of my comfort zone, getting me to think a little bit more creatively about, possible things that I can do on my channel. And one of the things I think I can do is maybe quick, little project updates. And so that's what I want to do. And maybe kind of, update you on, my day and the project I'm working on. This probably won't be a super long, it's not really going to be a whip and chat, but we can work together for a few minutes. So tonight I am working on my Be Happy project that I got from Evermoment. It's 40 by 45 and that's what it looks like. It is so cute, and if you notice, it looks kind of like a quilt. So I'm actually having so much fun with this because I'm working on this like a quilt. Let me show you how much I've got done. So I have done, let's see if I can get this into a good camera angle for you. It's always kind of a little bit challenging because my room's so small. So I've done the first 3 blocks and I'm doing 1 block at a time, completing it completely, not leaving any confetti because I have a tendency to do that. So I did 3 blocks over the weekends. There's like little strips in between the quilt blocks. So that's what I'm going to be working on for a few minutes tonight. I'm going to go ahead and reach up and zoom you in a little bit better or a little bit more. Oh, not that much. Come on, Karen, get it together. That's pretty good. You'll be able to see what I'm doing if you look up. Hopefully you're working on a project too. So let's get busy and drop some drills, hopefully on our canvas and not on the floor. But hey, it's me, so, anything could happen. So this is the perfect project for me to be working on right now. I just need to focus on being positive and be happy and kind of work on a project that's a little bit of fun for me. Oh, hey, I don't know if I've ever shown you guys this. So this is part of the inventory sheet that came with the canvas. And what I do is I've got a big roll of the laminate, self-laminating sheets. So I bought a big roll at an office supply store. And so I cut my inventory sheet and I put the laminate on it. See it right there? So that way it kind of protects it, makes it a little more durable, and just keeps it nice and clean and easy to use. So that's a little tip from Miss Karen. Let me see, I gotta find a color. How about 13? It's been a long day, so I'll work on something that's, kind of easy to spot. Looks like I need to get some more of these drills out. So yeah, now is a really good time for me to kind of focus on, the whole concept of be happy. That's so important. This challenge coming this week and giving me something to focus on and something to think about is coming at a really good time because February is not really a good month for me. On Wednesday, February 12th, will be rolling around again. It comes every single year. Unfortunately, it has come every single year for the last 6 years. It happens to be the anniversary of my daughter's death. What I really find for me, and I have a feeling it's probably a pretty universal thing, that anticipating pain is a lot worse than dealing with pain. And what I mean by that is it's always like the week or two, those first 11 days of February that are the hardest for me. That's when I feel the most pain and the most sadness. And when the 12th comes, I don't know, it's difficult to explain, but I just sort of try and find ways to spend time still being my daughter's mom, because as long as I'm breathing, my job as her mom doesn't end. So that's kind of where I'm usually at this time of year. And I have to admit that I was driving home from my substance use disorder counseling job. I'd done group tonight, and I was driving home, and I was feeling some of that pain. And stuff like that, I mean, it can almost get so bad that, I mean, it feels like a physical pain. It gets very hard for me to breathe, and it's just not a good spot to be in. So I drove home, pulled into the parking lot, and that's kind of the space I was in. And I have said for a long time, for years, well, and especially for the last 6 years, I don't care what you're going through in your life, the key is always to focus on others. And so what I mean by that is, if something's going on for you and you're just really in some emotional pain, you can kind of make that a little more bearable if you get your mind off yourself and your own troubles and think about somebody else. And so that's something that, you can't do it all the time. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel your feelings, because you should. I'm just saying for me, I don't think it's necessary to live in that space all the time. Sometimes if you're really going through something rough, if you can find a way to think about somebody else, you can kind of give yourself almost the break that you need from whatever it is that you're going through emotionally, because believe me, that stuff will come back up for you. So there's a reason why I'm telling you this. There's a point. So I pulled into the parking lot, hurting pretty good. I mean, I was hurting, and I walked through the front office door here at the shelter. I usually come in through the office when I get home from work to check and see if I have any mail, and then I'll walk through the house and come to my little studio apartment. And I walked in the front door of the office, and the guy that does our IT was in there, and he said to me, Karen, he said, I hate to tell you this, but there were hot firemen in your room and you missed it. And I'm like, what? I thought he was joking. And he goes, no, he goes, there were firemen in your room and you weren't home. And he chuckled, and I'm like, what? And he says one of the sprinklers got broken upstairs and the entire main house flooded. And I'm like, oh my God, because my room is in the main house. And so I was just like in shock. And he goes, there's 4 rooms that got wet. And he said, so we're going to need to find a place for 4 families to go. So at that point, my mind I'm like, oh my God. So I come out here into the to the main part of the house, and I find the house director, and I hear her upstairs. So I go upstairs to see how bad the damage is. And sure enough, what had happened was, I guess she says the sprinkler looked like it was loose or something. So she reached up to try and, like, because we've got, like, you know, the sprinklers that come down, serious sprinklers, like they're the kind that, like, come down out of the ceiling, and they're metal, and if they go off, they're going to dump a lot of water. So it was loose or something like that. Anyway, she tried to push it back in, and as she was doing that, she broke it. And so the sprinklers just started dumping water. I mean, just like dumping water. The sprinkler system, like I'm saying, I mean, there's 14 families that live here, so it's like a real deal sprinkler system. So once it starts going off, it's going to alert the fire department. So the fire department did show up. I guess they were kind of, like looking around there. There was nothing really that they could do or they needed to do, because the house director, once she realized how badly that was dumping up there, she had the presence of mind, thankfully, to run outside and turn off the main water. I'm trying to find another color that I can work with for a little while. I ran out of 13, basically. Hang on, let's do some 5s. 20. So she did, have the presence of mind to run out and turn off the water. So that stopped the horrible flood, because it had, and I'm not sure if the other sprinklers in the other 4 rooms went off, or if it was just like overflow from that one sprinkler. I think maybe that was the case, but 4 of the rooms were just drenched. Thankfully, we had our mattresses. We keep them in plastic covers, so the mattresses are okay, but the carpets are absolutely soaked. The bedding was all soaked. Any belongings that was in the first room where, where the sprinkler got broken, I think some of those are probably wet. The other rooms, it was mainly just the beds. There was so much water that it was coming through the ceiling into the kitchen downstairs. It came through one of the bedrooms. There's my little apartment, and then a bathroom, and then there's a bedroom on the other side of that bathroom wall. And we're the only 2 bedrooms down here on the main floor of the main house. And it came through her lights and soaked her bed, her floor, and her rugs. We're talking a tremendous amount of water, you guys. Tremendous. So the house was just an absolute chaos. There was water everywhere. Everybody needed dry bedding. They called out a mold remediation company. They showed up a little while after I'd been home. They're going to come out tomorrow with fans and dehumidifiers, and they're going to tent those 4 rooms upstairs off. So after tomorrow, we will have to find somewhere for those 4 families to go, probably for about 3 or 4 days. They take any kind of flood or water or anything real seriously here, because if anything does flood, they don't want any mold to start, because they don't want the families and the kids and me too. The last thing we need to be doing is breathing mold. So we've had, I think, 3 floods, nothing this bad, but we have had floods here, and they'll go as far as tearing out drywall, tearing out baseboards. You know, they really spare no expense when it comes to making sure that, you know, no mold starts growing in here. So it's going to be very inconvenient for the families. They're going to have to pack up their stuff. Either if they were working, they were going to have to pack it up tonight so that they could, we'll probably put them up in a hotel so that they could go to a hotel tomorrow. If they weren't working, then they might be able to pack up tomorrow morning, but they'll have to be out of here. So yeah, there was a lot of chaos. I mean, it was a lot of water, you guys, a lot of water. Oh my gosh. And just, I mean, it even downstairs, because there's a kitchen underneath those rooms, a real big kitchen, and it had even filled, or I don't know about filled, I may be exaggerating, but it was even coming through the microwave. Any type of opening of any kind in the main kitchen had water. So there was water all in the kitchen, all over the floor, all over the counters. It was everywhere. So I got to be useful, and I got to get busy and help clean up, you know, grab bedding, you know, just do whatever was needed. I got to, you know, make sure that, you know, people stayed calm and, you know, helped out, you know, and kind of just helped a little bit with directing the cleanup effort. We, the mold remediation company we thought they would bring, like, you know, shop vacs or something to, you know, start vacuuming up the water. They didn't, so I knew where there was a shop vac here, so me and the director went and grabbed it and gave it to the residents so that they could start vacuuming some of that water out of their carpets. I gave everybody new bedding. I got to comfort the young woman that broke the sprinkler because, you know, she was pretty much a waterworks too. When I walked into the room, she just burst into tears, and she, you know, she was saying things like, how could I be so stupid? And, you know, so I got to comfort her, and, you know, because she really feels bad. So the whole point to this story is, you know, I proved my own theory. Because here I was feeling bad, you know, and I got to, you know, be of service to others, and I got to take a little break from, you know, any pain I was feeling, and, you know, I'm feeling better now. So, you know, I just proved that whole theory that, no matter what I'm going through, if I can just think about helping somebody else, like I said, it's not a permanent solution. If we've got grief or we've got pain, we do have to feel that kind of stuff. But, you know, I think there's also a, you know, force, or, you know, whatever you believe in, you know, whether that's God or the universe or whatever. I think there's something bigger than me that kind of sometimes says, you know what, honey, you've hurt for long enough. Let me give you something different to think about. And I don't mean that this flood happened, you know, so that I would have something else to think about. I'm just saying, when I kind of stay open to the possibilities of, you know, putting others first, it's amazing, but usually I'm always able to find a way to do that. So yeah, things are pretty much in chaos in here. So I did what I needed to do out there, and I just really kind of needed to decompress and spend some time, you know, with my diamond painting, and complete my challenge. And that's another thing too. You know, this challenge couldn't have come at a better time for me, because I do have something positive to focus on, you know, something to work on, keep my mind busy. Because, you know, like I said, pain's a part of life. You know, grief's a part of life. All of the loss is part of life. And, you know, we're all going to experience pain. And we're all going to go walk through different, you know, difficult things. So pain is just a part of life, but I really, really believe that suffering is optional. And I'm willing to, you know, feel whatever pain it is that I need to feel, but I'm not willing to suffer. So I'm really grateful that I was able to, you know, be helpful tonight. I mean, it wasn't my shift. I didn't, you know, there were other people that were being paid to take care of what was going on here. But, you know, this is my home, and I'm very, very blessed to get to live here rent-free, and just get to be a part of watching people's lives change. You know, I don't pay rent, I don't pay utilities, so if something needs to be done here, regardless of whether I'm working or not, I'm just gonna jump in and do it. So that's pretty much the way my day went. I'm super grateful for this challenge. I'm super excited to see what I'm capable of, you know, just push myself a little bit. I'm excited to share some good videos with you guys. Hopefully I've got a couple of things planned. This, of course, is video number 3. So this is 3 days. My third day. So I do have an unboxing planned. I have a finish and frame video planned. Planning on doing a whip and chat. Probably one of my coffee with Karen style videos. So those are some of the things I have planned for the week. And I don't know, I may do a little update video like this. I mean, I can do a short whip and chat, I think. That's acceptable. I've got an idea kind of brewing in the back of my mind. It was actually suggested, it might have, I don't remember, but it might have been, it was in Jeremy's live. It might have been Shine with a Diamond, or somebody, you know, suggested, Beth maybe, I don't remember. Whoever it was that suggested this to me, I'm sorry. But someone suggested that I start doing just like short, you know, little clips, kind of like a video blog, and just put those all together. Because I don't think I could, I know for sure that I couldn't, and I don't necessarily even want to, you know, continue to do 7 videos a week, but I could maybe do, you know, short ones and put them together, and maybe that could be, because I would like to get to the point where I'm putting content out on my channel, you know, I think 3 to 4 times a week, because this is, you know, it's a second hobby. I mean, lots of other people are doing things like coloring, or, you know, crocheting, knitting. I used to color, really got no interest in doing that anymore. I've got lots of coloring books, lots of pens, all that stuff, but just not really into it at this point. But you know, this is kind of the second hobby, so I think I could put a little bit more effort into it. Besides, like I said in one of my videos real recently, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers, mainly because I think my youngest son is kind of doubtful that I can do it. So, you know what? I'm just going to show him. So, that's pretty much it. I rambled. I told you about our flood. I will update you guys as this goes on, because I mean this really truly is going to be a chaotic thing for these families. I feel so bad, but you know, we'll get through it, and you know, things will dry out and it'll be okay. They, you know, they will have somewhere to lay their heads down. We'll make sure of that, and we'll just go from there. So that's it, you guys. I think I'm going to let you go. That's my little quick whip and chat. Thanks for, you know, watching my video and watching me make a little bit of progress. I put a few diamonds down there. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This kit is just, it's just, so far, it's just been a joy to work on. I'm loving the colors. Loving the concept. I'm loving everything about it. And even though it may be a tough week for me, and there may be some moments when, you know, I feel a little bit of pain, I'm also going to work to be happy. Because you know what? It's all right to feel that too. So, thanks for watching, you guys. If you haven't subscribed, love to have you do so. Hit the like on your way out, maybe, if you're so inclined. And just be sure to remember that we can change lives one drill at a time, even if it's our own. Because if our lives are better, this entire world's going to be better. So, thanks for watching. I will see you guys really soon.